So how's
Hey,
it going? Hey,
I
hi.
am so excited to be with my friend Shauna Rupp today. And I'm so excited to introduce you to Shauna. Shauna and I go way back like a recliner, like a whole year, a little bit longer than a year.
Yes, we do.
And today we're announcing our partnership. Shauna and the Kingfisher Chamber of Commerce, they are the founding member of the Chamber Impact Partner Program.
Yes.
And it's such a great thing because chambers are already doing such great work. And that's why I'm drawn to them. The chambers and the local schools, I think, are doing the best work in every community. And so that's one of the reasons when Shauna and I first talked on the phone, I'm like, I would love to see if we could figure out something to work. And we were like, that first phone call, and now here we are, I don't know, 14 months ish,
Yes.
something like that later. And after we finish this conversation, we're going to have the Kingfisher Leadership Circle, class number 3, session number 3, and that's just an extension of our partnership. But
Right.
Shauna, thank
Yeah.
you so much for sitting with me for a few minutes today. I'm so
Yes.
excited. We've been kind of sitting on this for a little bit after the orientation
We
and
have
everything,
been. Yes.
and I appreciate you making time to chat today. So my first question is, why do you love the chamber?
Oh, I
We've only got an
love,
hour.
yeah,
I'm
I
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
know.
kidding.
I love the chamber because of the position and the influence it has in the community.
Yeah.
No matter what town you're in, what city you're in, we have got the potential to make a huge impact, not only just on businesses, but the economy and leaders, which is another reason why we're here.
Yeah.
But those are the main reasons I love the chamber, is just because of the value that we can bring and present
Yeah.
to, and then the connections that we make. It just takes it to another level. So I would say just the big word is influence for me.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, when we first started talking, we were talking about leadership. And I know you were looking at a leadership program. You were trying to, I know Kingfisher Chamber had one back in the day, and you were going to
Yeah.
bring another one, and you were
Right.
trying to see not just what's a plug and play program, but how can we influence and how can we leverage the influence that the leaders in the community have. And that's how, partly how we started talking about this program. We kind of designed it together for this. And yes, it's around a lot of the content from my book, of course, but not just content from the book. And the thing I love about it is here around in around this boardroom here in a little while, we're going to have 10, 12 leaders, high capacity leaders in the
Yes.
community that bring all of their experience and all of their, here's where I am today, and I want to turn up the dial and get better. And that's a reflection of you and the way that you're leading the chamber. And I think that's fantastic.
Thank you.
You're very
Yes.
welcome. So I guess let's dive right in today. The thing we're doing with this partnership is it really is turning up the dial on leadership and
Yes.
every turn. And we'll do that in several different ways, but it's based on content that the Oklahoma State Chamber put out in 2025. They said 3 of the biggest obstacles that businesses had were they need to upskill their talent, they need to improve retention, and turn down turnover. And those last 2 sound like the same thing, but they're really not.
Right.
One of them is playing offense and one of them is playing defense.
Mhm.
So when you look at the state of the chamber here, how long have you been here again?
7 years.
7 years.
Yes.
And of all the metrics, there are lots of metrics that you
Yeah.
measure. One of my favorite ones to talk about and to tell people about my friend Shauna is the number of members. How many members do you have today? And about how many did you have when you started 7 years ago?
We have 248 members as of today. And 7 years ago in February, we had 130 members.
Listen, that's awesome. And in a town of about how many?
About 5,000
About
here.
5,000.
Yeah.
That's crazy good. And one of my favorite things about it to me is these are not just businesses, because businesses don't run themselves.
Mhm.
So they're run by the leaders.
Right.
And so you're very passionate about the leadership and helping the leaders who are already good, helping them get better, because when the leadership and the community grows,
Yes.
then the community just gets better.
Absolutely. And that's why we see such value in this, because we have experienced growth and success, and we're so thankful for that. But we were thinking, what is next for us? And our truly decision was that we wanted to start impacting leaders and in that way in Kingfisher. So that's part of the reason we got here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, yes.
So the other thing that I'm really excited about is for this program, my buddy Chris Deal, who was the chamber president of Duncan, he said, Mike, the biggest problem chambers have, because they can't print money, they need non-dues revenue is a tremendous thing that helps chambers not only function but flourish. And
Sure.
so that's one of the reasons I was trying to work backwards with this program. And I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I do with my business, but I was trying to see how could I take the things that I do, the good that I do with my business, and then leverage that into a partnership with chambers. And that's one of the reasons that we're doing this program. And I'm so excited that my friend Shauna is the first one. They're the founding chamber.
We are. Let me get my little poster
That's
out one
right.
more time.
This is the my graphics department needs to upskill that, but that I'll take that class later. The whole idea is once the chamber invests in me and my program, the People App Starter Kit, it's a video course that's 4 sessions. It's about an hour runtime, and it really does speak to those 3 problems: the upskilling, and the retention, and then the turnover. It really does help us learn how to communicate better with each other. And with that, then it unlocks anytime one of the 248 members of the Kingfisher Chamber buys a copy of my book, or multiple copies, both copies, buys any of my book, any of that sort of thing, or any sessions with me, or any member sends a team member to an online session with me, then I'll pay the chamber 10%. They get 10%, and it's paid out every quarter.
Yeah.
And to me, that's I saw value in it. And Shauna's like, yes, please. I see some value in that too. So that's the shortest version of how it impacts non-dues generated revenue. And we're like a whole week into this partnership. So we have this version of it. So we haven't seen what that's going to look like, but, and I know you don't have a crystal ball, but when you're such a good visionary and you're good at dreaming, big, obviously, when you look at what impact this could have, here we are in, still in Q1 of 2026. When you look at the impact this could have on the Kingfisher Chamber, what do you see that could be possible? It's not a guarantee, but what do you see that could be possible for you guys?
I think you and I have talked about, like a minimum goal and then the maximum goal.
Yeah.
And so I'm very excited to do all we can to try to get to that maximum goal.
Yeah.
And it is revenue. Yes, it is, but it's the impact that I think this is going to have, and which is going to not only add value to the chamber, but also to these businesses in Kingfisher. So I'm super excited about just the potential of introducing this, leading in the program, how it works, and building this together, and then being able to share this with others.
Absolutely.
So,
Well, and one of the things we talked about, the 3 levels of success, the high, medium, low, or gold, silver, bronze, whatever, whatever metric you want to use. But we also, when we were going through orientation, your staff said, yes, okay, the money part is great, but also what about the number of leaders?
Yes.
And so in my brain, since then, I thought, okay, number of leaders, yes, per organization, but since there are 248 already, you can see I want to stand up and just start talking. Since there are already 248 members of the Kingfisher Chamber, what if 3 leaders from every one of those enrolled, whether it's the Kingfisher Leadership Circle, or they got a book, or they signed up to do some of what we're doing online, and that improved. Okay, so now we're talking about 248 times 3, like that's getting close. It's over 750. Just a little quick math. Like, to me, that's maybe it's exactly just under 750.
Yeah, it's real close to 750. Nice round number.
No calculators, But when we could do something like that the first year, then I love the way that your staff is thinking. They're not just thinking in the bottom line, but it's about turning up the dial for every individual leader and organization. And a lot of organizations already have a leadership Kingfisher, leadership Duncan, leadership whatever. I was part of leadership Duncan class 23, and now Duncan has class 30. So every class has 18 to 20, depending. I know all of our roundtable classes have been 10 to 12.
Right.
And so we're really, when we finish this group, we will have impacted over 30 Kingfisher residents. And I think that's a tremendous, it's a tremendous baseline. That's not the ceiling, it's the floor. And so that's one of the things that I'm really excited about for us in trying to say, okay, if this is possible, what else could be possible? And so for me, I just wanted to certainly I want to give you a chance for the last word and everything. I just wanted to document this conversation, and I'm so excited. I don't think I could bottle up my energy or yours, if for that matter, in all of our conversations we've had, the text messaging, the Marco Polos, all of those
Yeah.
different things. I would love for you to just kind of wrap this up with one thing that you, if it could accomplish one thing in your chamber,
Mhm.
what would that be?
Mm.
Not trying to stump you or put
Yeah.
you on the spot,
Yeah.
because I know you and I've already talked about several possibilities.
Yes.
So let me rephrase. What would be one thing that if it did well, it would really impact your chamber in a positive way?
Mhm. The question I want to answer is
Great. Let's do that.
because the chamber has such a way to, we're in the position to make these potentially greater leaders of these businesses.
Yeah.
You say one of the things I'm looking at your here in lost productivity, increased turnover. If we can help
Yeah.
to help these leaders, and sometimes they don't know who to ask, they don't know how to build it. And so here we have this privilege of bringing these partners and these programs already built. We've got the book, we've got the program, we've got the heart to change these things.
Right.
So it's going to impact, yes, it's going to bless the chamber. We're going to be thankful for non-dues revenue. All of us, we need that. We operate that way. But truly, it ripples out to the effect that we're going to have on businesses being more successful, the bottom line for them. And it's going to boost the economy. Right. It's going to boost morale. It's going to give confidence. I often say just because you own a business doesn't mean you know how to market.
Right.
Just because you own a business doesn't necessarily mean you know how to be a leader.
Right.
Not just a boss. So all these factors, it's
So
huge.
good.
It's huge, and it's all connected. Yes, we love non-dues revenue. We're excited about that.
Of course.
But the impact that we're really mostly excited about making is just the potential in these individuals that we love and serve.
I love that you said that, and you opened up a whole like a 1,000. Like we could do this for 8 hours,
Yes.
which we won't. But
yes.
The thing that I love about it, I've heard several people, and not in this chamber, in chambers across, who the chamber leader says, the question I get the most is, why should I be a member of the chamber?
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like, well, what are you talking about? Why should you be a member? Because I have all of these benefits,
Right.
but some of them are in your blind spot.
Mm-hmm.
So it might just take the revenue at first to say,
Mm-hmm.
okay, oh, well, listen, everybody's got a bottom line. Okay, great.
Right.
Or what I know several of the businesses here, you talk about Cimarron, Pioneer, like multiple people, and you're talking about, if we can impact this business in a great way, that's going to be 100 or 200 lives or family, all of those sorts of things. And I'll wrap it up with this. Our first session, we went around the table, everybody introducing themselves, and I said, okay, who are you? What's your function, and where do you work? And there was one gentleman named Mike in that group, and he said his name, but then he said this, and I think there's a lot of, this is a great reflection on you, it's a great reflection on his leaders, and a great reflection on who he wants to be as a leader. Mm-hmm. He said, I'm a joyful employee of Lou Gregg Trucking, right? Shout out to Lou Gregg Trucking.
Yes, absolutely.
And he said, like, the whole room stopped when he said, I'm a joyful employee, joyful or grateful, or I can't remember exactly which word that he said, but everybody like stopped and like, you mean I don't just have to say my name, rank, and serial number, or what we normally say, my name's Mike, I've been married for a long time, I've got kids, like whatever it is. So I love that it's bringing someone else's experience and saying, well, man, I couldn't wait to get in here, can't wait to go back and do the job that I get paid to do. Yeah. It's an amazing thing. So I'm so grateful for you, my friend. Thanks for making time. I always love spending time with you.
Thank you. We're excited. Let's go. Let's grow.
Well, let's go. And now we've got opportunities for more chambers to come along with us.
Yes.
All right.